All right, good morning or good afternoon, whatever time you're watching this. So, today what we're going to be doing is going over the elements used in narrative texts. This is on page 116 in your book, it's at the back. We're going to stop doing the scenes for a little while and just focus on this. So, a narrative text es un narrativo, es una cuenta sobre de tú. There are several elementos de este tipo de papel or cuenta. So, here are the first one. Number one, clear structure. So, cada cuenta tiene un beginning, introducción, medio, y termina. So, one, two, three. So, beginning, middle, end. The second thing, sensory language. It will have sensory language. Sensory language is when you, how do you say it? It's adjectives and adverbs and strong action verbs. So it's fuerte verbos, the adjetivos, the adverbios. They help you explain what's going on and give you a better picture. So explica la cuenta más mejor. So it exists of adjectives, adverbs, and strong action verbs. The next thing is dialogue. Dialogue. Diálogo. Personas hablan, for example. Number 4 is details and description. So detalles y descripciones. And number 5, varied sentence beginnings and patterns. This we may or may not get to. Pero cuando tú escribes o tú hablas en español o inglés, es muy, aburrido cuando tú empiezas cada oración con el mismo palabra. So, yo fui a la parque, yo quiero Taco Bell, yo come pizza, yo. It's horrible. So, empieza, necesita empezar tus oraciones con diferentes palabras. So you have to have different sentences. So these are the 5 things that we're going to look for. But in this first story that we're reading, we're just going to focus on number 1, okay? Number 1 is important. So here we go. There we go. So remember, we're looking for beginning, middle, and the end. So on your paper, what I'm going to want you to do is I want you to highlight where is the beginning, where is the middle, and where is the end. ¿Dónde está la introducción? ¿Dónde está el medio? ¿Dónde está la termina? ¿Dónde está la conclusión? Where is it? Okay? ¿En qué parte de esto? So I'm going to read, you listen. Come on, it's time to go to Grandpa's, Mom yelled. I hated going to Grandpa's house. It was so boring. We just sat, ate, and listened to his long stories all day. Today was a perfect day for soccer and hanging out with friends. Why did I have to go to Grandpa's? One day, later that week, Mom picked me up early from school. Something is wrong, she said. Grandpa is in the hospital. Mom and I drove there right away. Walking into the scary hospital room with its beeping machines and the smell of cleaning materials. We saw Grandpa with his pale gray skin and closed eyes. He was so quiet and still. The doctors said that he was very sick and they wanted to watch him for a few days. We stayed with Grandpa all day and he continued to sleep through the night. I guess all that sleeping was a good thing, but Mom and I were very worried. I couldn't imagine life without Grandpa. Luckily, Grandpa started to get better. Time passed slowly, very slowly, until Grandpa finally came home. I could hardly wait to see him. When he opened the door, I jumped into his welcoming arms. Grandpa and I sat all day on his cozy sofa. He told his stories again, only this time they seemed more interesting. The two of us talked, laughed, and cried for hours. Now I realize how much fun it can be to hang out with Grandpa. So, where, donde is the beginning? ¿Dónde está la introducción? Where is the middle? Cada cuenta tiene un, introducción, medio, conclusión. So, ¿dónde están las tres partes? Is it here? Or is it here? Or is it here? Okay. So that's what I want you to focus on right now. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to write a story, and we will talk about